Hey, welcome to Wolf's Watch. I'm Wolf, and as always, this time we are out live on the road. I always like to see you on the trail. We are back at the International Guitar Show
Yeah.
in Orange County. We are with Rick Harrison, the founder of RH Customs Playable Art. Now, Rick, if you've seen our TV series, Rick was in our first episode of Leadership Insights. And it's great to see Rick again. Great to be back at the show. We're getting an update on his playable art. Now, these are the most amazing guitars you'll ever see in the world, bar none. They play like nobody's business. You can get amazing sounds out of them. That's not. That's all well and good, but when you see how beautiful these are, and these are one-off. When you have an RH custom guitar, they are hand-built. No one else has it because every single one of them is distinct, unique, one of a kind. Rick, thanks for joining us today.
Oh, you're welcome. Great to have you on again.
It's good to be here, be hanging out in the booth. And I wanted to ask about one of your latest guitars that you just finished before the show.
Okay.
The Black Beauty.
Yeah.
So I know that as you're watching this isn't going to show that well because of the camera on the phone that we're using. But I want to include this because you've got to see this incredible piece of playable art. So can you tell us a little bit about Black Beauty?
Sure.
Yeah, here, check with me right here. It's got to be just got to be fine on the light. So look at that. One of the things, could you tell the story about how you made this edging? And that was phenomenal, Rick. That just, I hope that's coming through as you're watching this because it is beautiful. And that is actually a piece of wood around the side here that was molded.
Yeah. Steamed and molded.
Had to steam and mold it around the shape of the guitar. Where unlike with a lot of guitars, they do it with the finish. They stop the finish and let the natural color of the wood show through. In this case, it's actually a separate piece of wood. It's unbelievable detail work.
Thank you. It's very hard. You have to take the wood and wrap it in a cloth, put it in a pipe, damp the cloth, put it in a pipe, and then put the torch to the pipe and steam the wood. Then you slowly bend it around the guitar and tape it. You have to wait for it to dry, and it's a long, drawn-out process. It took me almost 2 days to do this.
Amazing.
Just the binding alone.
Just the binding. So that's just this took 2 days to handcraft and hand mold to the guitar. My God. And also the detail on the knobs, the over here, the plate,
yeah.
It's unbelievable. Look at that. So as you're watching this, you want a truly unique guitar that sounds like no other guitar that you can get multiple sounds out of. If you're gigging, so you don't have to take 5, 6 guitars with you to get different types of sounds out of different guitars, but that also has incredible action. This is some of the best action you're ever going to find in the world. It's one of the things that RH Customs owners talk about. How do you get that kind of action on the guitar? Because usually you got to pay tons of money to get your guitar started.
Usually you buy a guitar, then you have to find another guitar tech or someone like that to do what we call set it up. And what that entails is you file the frets so that the frets are perfectly level. You file the edges of the frets so you don't feel them when you're sliding your hand up and down the neck. And what that does is it allows you to set the strings down as low as possible without what they call string buzz. That's what the string buzz is, where you fret it some part of the neck, but then lower down. One fret is sticking up a little bit higher than the rest of them, and that's what causes the buzz. So our guitars come that way right out of the box. Everything is ready to go out of the box. You don't have to do anything except maybe tune the strings because they're new and they stretch.
Sure. Yeah, you always got to tune, but to have that kind of action is just unbelievable. I've heard that before and always wondered about that. Where you hear a little bit of buzz. It sounds like almost like a bumblebee got into the mix somehow.
Yeah.
But so there's also some incredible detail work on some of the tooled and hand carved guitars as well. But what I want to do, I know I'm running a little bit long on this. I want to draw your attention to this. Mark Kendall of Great White plays an RH Customs guitar. Here's Mark playing an RH Custom guitar, wearing his T-shirt. How did that connection happen?
Well, I met Mark in a pool hall. He's a pool player. And I told him, I said, hey, I'm a new guitar builder, and I'd like you to come by and check out some of my stuff and tell me what you think. I mean, you're an old school rock and roller. So he came by, he tried 2 of my guitars out. He looked me dead in the eye and says, I have to have one on tour. He said these are the best guitars I have ever played. He's been playing one on tour for 6 years now.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, something that we haven't had a chance to talk about is Rick is also a world-class pool player. That's a story for another time. But now, coming back to the Mark Kendall connection, also, there's another exhibitor here, another vendor that came over that saw the photo that I just showed you of Mark Kendall. And take a look at this again. So there's Mark Kendall playing an RH Custom, but the person that makes the guitar straps is also here, and he stopped by. So we're going to run over to his exhibit and say a real quick hello. Plus, there's some people that want to talk here and talk to Rick about the guitars. Rick, thank you so much. Got to run. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Thank you.
So stick with me here. We're going to go talk to this guy who makes these phenomenal, and I mean phenomenal guitar straps. Al Bain. Mark Kendall uses his guitar strap as well. So we're going to stop by and say hi to Mark Bain real quick. Mark, thanks for joining us. Al, I'm sorry, but it's Mark Kendall, Al Bain, right? You can always tell the engineer in the group, right? I'm a recovering engineer. You've been watching this for much. You know that because I'm always looking for the on switch, and I'm always screwing up people's names. Sorry, Al.
It's all good. No problem. How's it going, rock and roll fans?
So this is Al Bain, and he made Mark Kendall's guitar strap, which you saw in the photo we were just looking at. It's like, how much of a tiny blue marble is it that two world-class craftsmen would show up and find that they had that connection because they are making the gear for Mark Kendall when he's on tour. How did you meet Mark Kendall?
Oh, I've been around the rock and roll scene for a long time, so I've known Mark for quite a while.
Okay.
So I gave him a guitar strap, and he's still wearing it. That's all that matters.
Well, you'd mentioned earlier that it's like 20 years.
He's been
using your
using
gear?
my stuff quite some time. I don't know the exact beginning of time. But
Okay, now come on, take a look at this. This is just some phenomenal. Could you explain what you were telling me earlier about how you practice and the different types of leathers that are used?
okay, so old school leather used to be what they call latigo, which was a hard strap.
It's almost like a strap on
Like on a horse
saddle
or
for
something.
a horse, right?
Saddle, right. Okay, so those leathers are really hard and stiff, and if you get them wet with sweat or whatever, they get even stiffer as they dry out. Okay, so we like things soft and comfortable, right? So, but what we do is we use composite leathers. We make leather by stacking it up with different types of leather and joining it together with adhesives and thread, rivets, and whatever like that. Okay, so our basic strap is 3 layers of garment material and it's stitched
Holy
together.
cow! Yeah, and
Okay.
the stitching is beautiful.
And so we use a really big thread that prevents the strap from stretching, and the leather itself is really soft and supple, so it's really comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but then at the mounting points, we use a really heavy-duty leather, a buffalo latigo leather.
So that's actually buffalo hide here where it attaches to the guitar.
Yes, exactly. So the non-stretchy part where it mounts to the guitar, and then our adjuster is a harness buckle like you would find on a typical saddle.
Uh-huh. Well, it looks like that would definitely go the distance.
Yeah, we designed
But it still feels good to the touch, though. It is amazing.
the piece de resistance, if you will,
Uh-huh.
is our laser engraved leather tag. We stole that whole look from Levi. So
Really, that's actually laser engraved?
yeah,
Look at that. I love it. And that is beautiful. That is beautiful work. That is seriously durable gear, which is, I think, necessary for gigging, right?
well, we don't do anything with any kind of planned obsolescence in mind.
Nice.
Yeah, we
Nice.
we don't want our stuff to deteriorate and fall apart.
Hey, look now. What kind of a skin is this? This is some
This is a
amazing detail.
crocodile.
Crocodile. Okay. Wow.
They're
Incredible.
hard as a rock, right? On
Yeah,
the spines,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's like armor.
Al Bain, you have got to check him out. Al, where are you located?
We're in Southern California, in Culver City.
How can people get in touch with you?
All the social medias. We're on Facebook and Instagram and whatnot. We have a .com, albainforleather.com. You know, but that's dedicated to Vampire Rockstar because we gotta let our family know what we're all about.
Right on. Al Bain. Got to look him up on the internet, Culver City, California. It's Al Bain.
Al Bain for
for
leather.
leather. Al
Like
Bain
that.
for leather. Hey, right here. Here we go. Al Bain for leather. Al, thanks so much for playing along. It was
Thanks for
great
stopping.
meeting you. Hope you're having a great show.
Peace. You guys have a good time. But hey, do something nice for somebody, and then live with the pay it forward mentality.
So we're live from the guitar show. You ought to come on down if you're anywhere near Orange County, California. It's going to be going on the rest of today and tomorrow. That's August 28th and 29th, right? This is the 28th, 29th?
Today and tomorrow.
Today and tomorrow. We're in everywhere at, but we are here in Orange County at the Orange County Fairgrounds in the Hangar. Come on, you got to come down. A place like the Hangar, you got to come down and join us and hang out. We're having a lot of fun. Meet people like Al Bain, Rick Harrison. Looking forward to seeing you on the trail. I'm Wolf. Thanks for seeing us on Wolf's Watch again, and I'll see you on the trail.